Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everyone. On behalf of HSEQ Professional, I formally welcome to you in this short and quick video, which is regarding to the NEBOSH open book examination. NEBOSH has released an email today to their learning providers and the training partners about the new changes which are going to be held soon with the NEBOSH qualification examinations. So let's see the quick changes what are going to be updated. So the first thing is for which qualification at the moment these are applicable. These are applicable to IGC especially and GC1 qualification, which is used to be the examination based assessment where the candidates have to go to the British Council or approved examination center and they had 2 hours for the exam. So now this examination has been submitted uh, to a Scottish qualification by NEBOSH as a new pattern of open book, which has been approved successfully. And definitely it will be a big change in the, historical change in the NEBOSH qualification assessment type, because all of the time, many training providers and the participants, they have faced the challenges of writing the descriptive answers. And there are sometimes language barriers, there are sometimes, English vocabulary and punctuation problems, which are causing, sometimes to deduct the exam in the descriptive way. So this qualification, how it's going to apply, we are going to see this. And the good thing about this qualification that you can give this exam within your home or any suitable place, peaceful place where you want to sit and give the exam. The second thing which we need to understand about that what is an open book exam? What do you mean by open book exam? The open book exam means that NEBOSH wants to assess your knowledge and your learning by means of not only the examination paper, but now they want to be more practical, that what you have learned during the training, what you have learned during the course, it will be assessed on the basis of your concepts. Like you will be using your notes, your handbooks, and any other, even the internet you can use to give the examination, and you will have 24 hours time to give this examination back to the NEBOSH. So this will be a very good change, and those participants, those candidates who are getting their answer delayed, so this time period is far enough and very good time to give the answer according to the requirement of question. This qualification, this examination will be available from July, and after July, those exams are going to be conducted. It will be based on this on this type of assessment. However, the dates is still not finalized, and the good thing that those who are going to have as a fresh course and those who are going to resit the examination, they can use this mode of examination to give their exam. So the question comes in the mind that what are the type of questions which are going to come. So NEBOSH has published some sample questions. For example, depending on the specific scenarios, there will be some case studies, there will be some scenarios from where you have to give certain answer. For example, how could you improve the consultation within the workforce in this organization? You can support your answer by means of examples. It will be done in the form of bullet points, like outline type of questions. So these kind of questions will be more tricky. They need you to study in more depth and to clear your concept, rather than to memorize as it is what is written in the book. So those who are having their concepts clear, those who have made practices, and so they can give these kind of answers very easily. So now how to prepare for this exam? Definitely once you are going to get the training from your training provider, then the training provider is going to register you in this exam, and as soon as the exam is available and NEBOSH will approve, so you will be eligible to take the exam. So the good thing that you need to be more focus on the whole, the book. It's not limited to certain topics. The exam can come from anywhere, but the, at the same time, you will have the benefit that your book will be with you, your notes will be with you, so you can, connect with them, and you can take the help from them, and you can write your answer. uh, you will have 24 hours. Like before, you had 2 hours or 2.5 hours for those who native language is not English. So now you have 24 hours time to complete this paper and submit it to NEBOSH. You can use the keyboard to write the answer, or you can do by your own handwriting. Whatever is the possibility to do, you can do the exam and submit, but within 24 hours. The good thing that NEBOSH is defining that is they are going to give you the uh, uh, advice that it is highly recommended that you should do this examination in a peaceful environment. For example, pick a place in your home or at your office, and then take 4 or 5 hours and give the answers to these questions. And yes, there is a limit for the answers. Like before in the classroom based exam, paper based exam, you will have the limit for the time, but you can use any as much as copies, the extra sheets. But in this exam, you have only 10% margin that the space will be provided for each answer, and you can write only 10% the maximum thing. So NEBOSH, they want you to put the concept, to give the precise answer rather than to write a big stories. Uh, yes, now the challenge is that malpractices, because sometimes the participants or the candidates are thinking that when we have the open book exam and we have no time limitations like 2 hours or 3 hours, so we can consult with our friends, or we can consult with our any family member who has the competency to guide us. So this is not the case. NEBOSH has very clear policies on plagiarism and collusion. So if you are going to ask someone, if you are going to cheat from any of the past papers or from any experienced person, uh, they will know it, and they have the softwares, they have the system available from where they are going to make the filter. And in this case, the consequence will be very, very serious, and they can blacklist you, they can cancel your examination. So for the open book exam, your examination, you need to sit in your home and you can use any of the resources. Uh, After that, once you are going to give the exam, after that, NEBOSH will schedule your closing interview. The purpose for closing interview is not to have another examination, but to make sure two things. The first thing, to make sure your identity, that the person who has given the exam as open book, he's the same person or she's the same person to whom is going to be registered with the NEBOSH, and they will check the identity or the passport to verify uh, your identity. And at the same time, they want to check like how much do you know about what you have written. So to check your concept, they are going to have a short interview with you. So this will be taken by the NEBOSH examiner, and your training provider can select any of the examiner as provided by the NEBOSH to take your interview and assess your capabilities in terms of questioning. There are certain tips for the closing interview which NEBOSH has provided. For example, before interview, that you need to, it's better that you make practice for the interview. You should be focused on what you have written in your examination paper, because the main focus for the interviewer will be on your copy. So whatever the answers you have given, the concept behind those answers, it is the main source for you to provide during the closing interview as well. So if possible, take your friend or any of the family member to give this interview with you. And so during the interview, you will not get confused. Try to be relaxed, have a good sleep, have a good eat before you are going for the interview as well, and also when you are going to give the exam. So this kind of interview, it does not have any marks, but definitely it will be, if the interviewer or the NEBOSH examiner will think that you are not be able to satisfy him or her, then they can cancel your exam. So in this case, you have to you can face uh, many of the serious charges from the NEBOSH. So you must be prepared and be honest during the interview. Whatever you have written, just try to give the same answer during the interview. For the GC2 exam, no, the GC2 exam will not be the open book. It will be the same like it is in the form of report submission. You have to do the risk assessment and you have to submit the report to your training provider, and your training provider will submit this report to the NEBOSH for the final assessment. What about other qualifications? The other qualification, for example, those qualifications which are MCQs based, for example, health and safety at work, environmental awareness, health and safety environment process industries qualification, NEBOSH HSE certificate in process safety, they will remain as it is and they will be still MCQs based, but currently NEBOSH has hold all the exams for this qualification, and later on it will be announced. And definitely for the diploma qualification as well, it will be continued as a classroom based exam, and currently NEBOSH has suspended all the exam and it will be again resumed by September. So the dates are yet to be announced. So what next? The next that we as a training provider, we will be receiving the updates from NEBOSH and we will share with you. You should also continue to visit NEBOSH website to get the further updates. You can also join our YouTube channel to have more informative videos. You can write us on the email. You can do the WhatsApp to this number. So this all information which we have shared with you, it was from the NEBOSH learner guidelines which they have shared. It's like 12 pages guideline, but we have extracted some important points to discuss with you. I hope you will like this, and please share with your friends and those who are interested in the NEBOSH examination. Thank you so much and all the best.